And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to round 5, I believe we're on now, here of the VDRL Season 10. We are here at Great Britain, but this time we're doing the reverse track. So I am joined alongside Nedzo and also Yoshi. So Nedzo, how are you feeling?
I am feeling very good. This will be an interesting proposition for us. I've seen and I've participated in a race around the reverse track of Silverstone. I'll just say it can produce some excitement and entertainment, especially when drivers forget how to take a corner when you're going backwards.
That is a true bit as well. I'm trying to focus on the new racing lines as well. Yoshi, you're down the pit lane today. I mean, hopefully the weather's going to be nice. I mean, what are your expectations for today?
I feel like my expectation is going to be, because it's reversed, like Nedzo says, we're doing racing line. The pit entry is different because it's downhill. It's kind of like a fast pit entry in. So it's going to be a bit different. But we'll see what's going to happen.
We definitely will, and it's a sunny qualifying session already, so we are already in for a great treat. Let's remind ourselves of the last round of the VDRL Season 10, where we were in the sun in Miami, and then remind ourselves of the constructors as well. So at the moment, it is looking the way of Tiaz Korsman, who's in the lead by 40 points now, I believe, as well there. So, Kevin Van Dijk, his teammate behind, so Red Bull absolutely dominating the constructors as well. But the Racing Bulls, look at that, are up there as well. Well, 177 points behind. So, Nezo, that hope of them maybe getting constructors may be quite low.
Yeah, I think we all know who's getting the constructors, because it's the same two drivers that have been teammates for like the last 5 billion seasons. It's like Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard at McLaren, or Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes. They've had probably maybe about 100 starts together in VDRL as teammates, possibly even maybe slightly less due to the shortened calendar. But yeah, it's so weird seeing the cars go the wrong way out of the pit lane.
It really is, isn't it? Going back from our last race, actually, in Miami, let's remind ourselves, Tiaz Korsman did win that race. Toro was in second, third, Kevin Van Dijk, fourth, Fastas, P5, Serban, P6, Osman, P7, Botti. So Botti, that was a driver from last round, wasn't it? Yoshi, I mean, he was having some awesome calls until the penalties all kicked in, didn't they?
Yeah, the penalties kicked in that might have affected it, but in qualifying, we'll mention it when we're off air, like he came in a little late and he just done a one lapper and he puts it on pole. Well, that's what can happen in a race. Penalties kick in. It's a league race, so technically I'm not surprised the penalties do come in from time to time. But it was a great performance from last week with his pit strategies, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, brilliant stuff from him.
Definitely interesting. It's just so confusing watching these cars go the complete wrong way here at Silverstone, Nedzo. I mean, it's going to get a few laps to get used to, isn't it?
It is. One thing I'm looking out for is how much the tyres overheat and how much they wear, because from my experience doing qualifying around here, you gained up to 10% of tyre wear over just one lap of qualifying here, and that's without the outlap as well. So because there's so many long and prolonged cornering and braking zones, you just chew through the tyres. I want to see just how the drivers react to that, and if they overheat and potentially are more likely to spin as a result.
Well, that's the interesting part, and we've still got 60 minutes left to qualifying. Kevin Van Dijk, the leading driver at the moment on track. He's always been the leading one, or at least in the top 3 coming out. Now, let's see what we can do through this chicane. It is so much more different now as well. I mean, Yoshi, as Nezo was saying about strategy, obviously the opening lap was 10%, he said, or something like that. So that must be a huge concept in the race.
Yes, especially for the strategies, for the tyre wear, on the track condition, tyre deck, because it's going backwards or reverse. It's going to put in more tyre wear, because the first sector, or the first 2 sectors, for Magnus and Beckett's, definitely one corner. So strategies, no idea, but I will be surprised to see. Well, I will be surprised to see most of the tyres in. Oh, it's a crash, I think.
We have had a retirement there of Toro. So Toro has had an incident, and that seems to be on
Exit the pit lane.
That's pit lane exit. So what happened there? We don't know.
I suggest that maybe He's put his throttle 100% down, expecting him to have lots of traction on the pit lane exit. He's not had a lot of traction on the pit lane exit, and he's spun and gone into the wall.
Oh, no one.
And, well, we've got another one, but that's a retirement from the pit lane of Amine there in the Ferrari. So that's another one. So 2 retirements we've already had so far. So was Toro never received a ban, did he, for qualifying that we missed? Kevin Van Dijk, 125.5 at the moment, setting the benchmark. So let's see who else can do that as well. But you can actually see Kevin Van Dijk there really fighting the car a lot through that chicane. And well, we can probably see a lot of drivers fighting there as well throughout the race as well. But Nedzo, that race start may be quite hectic.
It's going to be hectic because you're going into a fast turn 1, but it's the fast turn 1 followed by a slowing, difficult braking zone, and no one's going to want to go over quarter to another driver because of the dirty air. And again, dirty air destroys your tyres. And the tractor already goes through tyres like a cheese grater. It's you don't want to be losing positions, so it's going to be hectic, and I guarantee that we're going to see at least one driver get damage on the first lap. A couple of drivers in the midfield setting their times just over a second slower, well, not just over a second and a half slower than Kevin. So either that is a very good lap from him, or just stinky lap times from the guys around him.
It definitely is, and well, if we notice, Tiaz Korsman is not racing with us today, and G-Man has taken his spot as well. So G-Man, who I believe raced in Mercedes last season, is now in the Red Bulls as a part-time Red Bull at the moment. Let's have a look at the other drivers. Cairo also being off track. Remus, Uncle Remus, is going to try and go for a lap time as well. He did really well in qualifying in Miami. Let's see if he can go better here in Great Britain, especially when the championship leader is not here. So Kevin Van Dijk could be on for provisional pole position. I mean, I haven't put our predictions round. I have to say, Nedzo, what are your predictions for this round?
Well, early on, you have to say Kevin's the number 1 favourite, because I mean we've got him. Ruben has been stinking it up the past couple of weeks, so I don't think he's a threat. We haven't got Botti either. It's like we're losing all of the big drivers, so you could see a driver like Remus or State Daisy or the guys like that who will be on the podium potentially. Melvin is also in there because I know just how quick he is from my previous experience in another league, and that is Remus. Just as we said, that up to P4, not the greatest of lap times, but if he just beds his time in and tries to build up to it, he could be in for a good lap. Also, Arbiter is only a 10th off of Kevin's previous best, so watch out for him/her/it as we progress through his qualifying session.
Yeah, it's 2025 these days. Can't be getting these wrong as well. Ruben Hertras now also on a lap time. I believe this is his, well, first flying lap, unless he had invalidated anyone others. But Nedzo, you can talk us through a reverse lap here in Great Britain, as you've done it before.
I absolutely can. It's Ruben Huertas, not Huertas. But we are coming through Beckett's and Maggots. No, Beckett's and Maggots. Through it backwards. I'm saying it backwards because he's completely missed the apex on the second part of that corner. Don't know what he's doing. You may as well just give up the lap now. But he's apparently got a purple sector 1. Don't know how he's possibly done that. But yeah, nicely done through cops. Completely flat out. Manages to keep the car stable. It can be tricky to do for a corner like that, and especially when you take a late apex. Now coming into Brooklyn's backwards, he's going to go for the late apex. No, he's not even going to go for a late apex. He's going to miss the apex entirely again. I don't know what's up with Ruben. He's just having a bad day at the races. In all of the previous races, he's like Liam Lawson at Red Bull. He's just completely lost his form. And now coming into the loop, and now farm. It's so taxing on my brain to not say the corners in the sequence that I'm so used to. And now coming through Abbey to complete the lap. It's going to be a 1 minute 25.8. He missed a couple of apexes there, and he was still only 3 tenths off. So maybe Ruben's still got it in him to maybe be a threat in the pole position. We see Melvin now.
Ruben, remember, our previous champion as well, maybe slowly making a comeback, shall we say. Obviously, still not up there on the front row of the grid, but almost there as well. He's just been overtaken by one of the Aston Martins. Now on board Melvin there, and let's see whoever State Daisy on a lap time as well as he comes up to Brooklyn's now. So let's see what State Daisy can do. We know he's got some really good pace, actually, and we've seen him couple of seasons as well. And I believe, Nedzo, if I'm right, he has got a win as well in VDRL.
He does have at least. I think it wasn't. There was a race in Las Vegas where he was running it from, but he didn't get the win eventually. He does have at least one win now, I believe.
I think it definitely is right, because I remember seeing him win one. Was it Brazil when there was a huge kerfuffle?
Oh, was that when who was it? Who was it? Was Nilu? Nilu was fast for like half a season.
Yeah.
But bottling wins. It was maybe that race. Where is Nilu? Lead him back.
Well, that's the other bit. Where is that man? And hopefully we can see him return from the grid. State Daisy up to 4th so far, so still not up on the pace of Kevin Van Dijk, a 125.5. I mean, Yoshi, these tyres must be starting to, die down a bit now. I'm sure you've seen lots of drivers just only do about 1 or 2 maybe flying laps and then dive into the pit lane.
Some drivers have done 2 laps. They're just not on the soft tyres is Pim Shooter. He's on on mediums right now for... don't know why, but yeah, most of the drivers done 1 lap, maybe 2 at the moment. But it's close to the top though, so it's anyone's gain, anyone's pole position right now.
It definitely is. Nico-san I can't tell. He's on an outlap, that's why. Kevin Van Dijk were on board with earlier, just invalidated his lap completely, which is a shame, so we've lost that. We've had a yellow flag further back. Do you have information on that? Who was that?
Durbin's spun at Cops Corner.
Serban has spun at Cops Corner, so that's an interesting bit. We'll see that throughout the race as well. But Nico-san starting lap time now. Let's see what he can do. Nico-san, I mean, Nedzo, he's shown some pace a few seasons ago, but really it's not worked well at all for this season for him.
Well, this is the thing with Nico-san. He's always a contender. He's like, I'd say he's like a Nico Hulkenberg or a prime Sergio Perez in that he won't win races, but he'll get the odd podium in races where other drivers fall by the wayside. Have poorly hit apex through there. But I think that you should always look out for Nico. So in a race like this, where Tiaz isn't attending, and other drivers in bad veins of form, you could easily watch out for him, and he could get a 3rd or a 4th place and vault himself up the standings. I always like to point out, we were talking about guys like G-Man, for example, in the Red Bull. Apparently, he's not supposed to be in the Red Bull, and a couple of other drivers are also in the wrong cars, according to Martin in the chat. Stade Daisy shouldn't be in the Williams, and Cairo shouldn't be in the Racing Bulls. So I'm not sure which cars they should be in, but that's some couple for us to have a look and listen to during the weekend.
That's interesting. Oh, and that's almost a contact made there. Nico-san almost getting taken out there by Werner, which seems to be a close impact there, but just escaped, luckily. That is interesting, that one. Yeah, we do have word from Martin that Tiaz will not be racing, thankfully, which is a shame, I have to say. I didn't mean it like that.
Supposed to be biased.
I didn't mean that. I meant to keep the championship hopes alive for some other drivers as well. Toro just says not, so I don't think he was meant to retire, which obviously means it must have just been a crash with him on the exit the pit lane. Cairo on board with now, yet to set time as well. Comes into Brooklands now, so let's see what he can do. He's weaving like mad all around there. I can't tell if he's on controller or if he is on a wheel, Nedzo.
I think it looks like, I thought he was initially, but he had too much force feedback and he was on a wheel. But he's on controller. He's tapping the controller or tapping the steering. I don't know how people can drive like that. Bearing in mind, I have been playing F1 games since 2012, so obviously my style is a bit more refined. But even on controller, I don't know how people drive like that. It's literally, it looks so cumbersome and so weird. He's also racing with the number 43, which is obviously Franco Colapinto's number, which is quite cool.
Well, that is very cool. As he comes across the line, he's gone 14th fastest, so that weaving must have done something to get him up there to the top 14 as well. So, well, top 50.
2.5 seconds off the pace.
Still gained some positions out of that one. Driver yet to set time is Serban in the Mercedes, who had a spin out of Copse Corner. So it's the grass there. I think it's once you touch it, that's it. You're going round. Kevin Van Dijk is back out as well. We've only got 5 minutes 20 left of the session.
I'm gone.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it, how quickly qualifying just drains time. But Nedzo, Kevin Van Dijk, do you think he'll go quicker or do you think he'll keep the same time?
I think he'll go quicker because you're going to have a track evolution and he's going to have more confidence. He's going to know where the braking points are, where he needs to adjust slightly and maybe brake like 2 or 3 meters earlier into some corners. He's just going to have more confidence, and I think if he can get this lap right, he could easily be like 1 or 2 tenths clear of his previous best, and even possibly more than that. Could we see someone get into the 124s? I mean, it's not completely out of the realm of question as he comes through here. Probably should have been a tiny bit further onto that inside curve, but otherwise a nice run through Beckett's and Maggots, because you have to say it backwards because they go through it backwards. Now into Cops. Luffield is complete. I mean, it's completely unnoticeable going forwards, and even more so going backwards. Nicely done into the first part of that's into Luffield, and now into Brooklands, because Brooklands is the left-hander or the right-hander on this version of the track, and we'll be coming up to a sector 2 split shortly, and that is that 6 tenths or is that 0 tenths?
I think it's
0 tenths.
0 tenths.
Okay, 0 tenths up on his lap time. So not a major improvement, but then again, he doesn't need a major improvement. There's only one driver who's going to really threaten him for pole position unless people improve massively. Also, yeah, he's coming into the pits. He hardly used any ERS. Maybe that was a prep run for a last lap or a last-minute dash towards a potential pole position run for him, as Arbiter is also on that lap, so could maybe go on board with him.
Well, let's see what Arbiter Elite can do as well. Well, he's managed to put it into P2 at the moment. He's on an out lap now, so he's just trying to get all of that warmth into his tyres as well. Properly weaving up and down, now heading into Brooklyn. Yellow flag in front now, so what's that from? Actually, I think it was one of the Red Bulls or something like that letting them by.
Yes.
Now, what are we going to do for the race? Are the drivers going to stay in the same cars, or are they going to and then take the points, or I don't know?
I'm guessing since we're actually in equal cars, it doesn't really matter. They'll just get their points readjusted. It's not like, I know there are some leagues that I compete in that are realistic performance, but since there's no advantage to being in those cars, it was just a clerical error. I don't see why we'd be restarting the entire lobby just to get people in the right cars. Arbiter starting his lap here, he was weaving on his approach lap, which I don't understand. Because although it generates heat in the tyres, it also kills the tyre wear, and especially around a place like this, you want to start the lap with 0% tyre wear as much as possible. You want to start with as little tyre wear as possible. So his preparation lap, I don't get it. I mean, he's faster than me, clearly, because he got 2nd place in the VDRL qualifying session, but I don't get it.
Well, there's all to tell for. And Stade Daisy, we saw at the chicane actually. He's also down his lap time. It's a shame. Yeah, he probably rode that curb, so that's actually going to slow him up a lot more. Through Maggots he just went, just trying to remember, through Maggots now into Cop's corner, so let's see how he can do. Many drivers have touched the grass here, as he just does it perfectly, hovers over it. DRS wide open as well into Brooklands. Let's see what he can do as well. A bit of a weaving there, kind of caught it a bit too tight, but let's see what he can do with the apex. Just about manages it. Now as he heads along the I'm trying to get a straight name. As he was purple. The hanger straight, thank you. He is purple actually there in sector 2, so he's already up on his lap time. It's looking good there for Stade Daisy. Stade Daisy has managed to find some good pace, and let's see if he can do it this weekend as well. Now, as he comes up to the last couple of corners, let's see what he can do. Will he put himself onto the front row of the grid, or will he put himself on the front 3 as well? Let's see what he can do as he comes up to the line. It is going to be P3 for him at the moment, but still not enough. Arbiter Elite comes across the line as well, and has pole position at 125.3, and Nedzo, we did not expect that.
I mean, I told you. I said watch out for him on his run, but I have a feeling that Kevin's going to go faster than that. That second run that he did was a feeler. I can guarantee you he was looking out, seeing where the track evolution had helped the brakes and seeing where he could brake earlier, where he could brake later. He wasn't using ERS as much either. So I guarantee that on this next run he will take pole position. Maybe a 25-1, maybe a 25, but I guarantee he will take pole position. There's no way he doesn't, in my opinion.
Well, let's see now as he comes across the line, finishes that lap, and let's see what he can do. Can Kevin Van Dijk put himself onto pole position unless he messes up his lap completely, which he doesn't do so far. Back on the throttle now, and let's see what he can do as he passes the Lando stand, which I don't think is a part in this game, but it is in real life, obviously. But now always running right there, and it's already affected him there, so he's already down in his time, and let's see what he is into sector 1. Traffic on his right-hand side, Bits gets by. No, he's down in his lap time. Let's see what he can do, if he can try and improve, or if he backs out as well. But Nedzo, I think your promises are almost going now. Your guarantees are going because of that one mistake that's been made, and our session has been done now. So Vastas already crossed the line. Osman and Serban have all crossed the line. Every single driver has done a lap time. For some reason, Pim Shooter has done 2 laps on the medium, so which doesn't make sense. Anyway, Kevin Van Dijk still trying to chase that pole position, which he possibly could get if he manages to scoop out some decent time as well. Now, on the hanger straight, let's see what he can do. He is up on his lap time as well. So, as I said, he's already scooped some time out. Now, he's only got a couple of corners left to go. He's just got to ace them. And Arbiter Elite will be watching very closely to see what will be going on as he goes into the pit lane now. But Kevin Van Dijk, he's just got a couple of corners left to go. Will it be enough to him to get pole position here in Great Britain for the reverse race? Well, there's only a corner to go. Here he comes now up to the line. And it is a 1:25.355. And what a lap time that is. 500 a second split them two. And what a qualifying that was, Nedzo.
Yeah, 5,000 of a second, by the way, not 500. But yes, that was, I think that might be the closest qualifying in VDRL history. I think the next closest was Daniel Llorente and Ruben a couple of years back in Qatar. But that was a fantastic run for him. Obviously, not in the 25 zeros or ones that I expected, but considering the errors he made in Sector 1, that was a very good recovery. And I knew it was going to happen, because when Kevin gets it right, he gets it right. And admittedly, he didn't get it fully right there, but he's still got in pole position. Ruben here coming into the pits, he's still struggling to find some form behind Nico Sun and Stay Daisy, who are not fully elite drivers, I'll say. But yeah, Kevin pole position, and he needs to get that, because with his usual teammates taking a hike this weekend, he's got an opportunity to gain crucial points on him.
He definitely has. Kevin Van Dijk is our pulse, is it here? Great Britain reverse. Arbiter Elite missing out there from 5,000 to a second. Third goes to Nico Sun. So there we go. Another driver who we said has got pace, and he's always put himself possibly on a podium position, but never a win. But could that be changing today? Stay Daisy goes 4th. 5th, Ruben. 6th goes to... Sorry, I missed out on 6th completely then. 7th goes to Remus. 8th goes to Froby. 9th goes to Werner. 10th, Vastas. 6th, Melvin. Thank you, Martin. 10th Faster, 11th G-Man, 12th Lucek, 13th goes also to Osman, and 14th goes to Sohan, 15th Cairo, 16th STH, I'm going to say, and I don't know how to pronounce 17th. There's some interesting names. Pim Shooter, 19th, and then Toro, our first retirement, and then, oh no, sorry, Amon, the Ferrari, he also retired. So Toro is at the back of the grid, Nedzo. What are your expectations with him going forward?
Well, I hope he does go forward and not backwards off the line. That'd be unfortunate. But I think that he could easily get a points finish. If he can keep his nose clean, the top 5 is possible. If a couple of safety cars or a couple of incidents fall his way, he could even be on the podium.
Yoshi, we're still in the sun now, so, I mean, tyre strategy must be important and crucial as the tyre wear on this circuit is absolutely, well, devastating.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if half the field started on hards, but we won't see anyone on softs at this point, unless it's like a late safety car to the end maybe, but medium hards will probably be the tyre choice for today. Well, looks like it will.
Well, we definitely, we've had some miracles, haven't we, from Tiaz Korsman playing the right strategy on that safety car in Miami when it started raining. So, you know, you never know. It could be a lucky moment for one of those drivers out there. But I'm sure we will see how it's going to get going. Nedzo, I mean, I have to say, this is lovely weather considering we're in the UK. And it actually kind of is like that. Not today, but the last couple of weeks we've had in the UK has been amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it usually is like in the summer, which is when this race is held in game. But yeah, this is why they pretty much always held it in the summer. I think in the year 2000 they held it in April, but that's like the only time they've really branched away from that.
Well, another lovely fact there from Nezo as well. I didn't know they host it only in the summer. Shows my amazing. But there we go. The ticker has already gone off now, and we are set for the reverse Grand Prix here at Silverstone. One lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights as we go. Kevin Van Dijk is going to be our man to set us off now. Let's see if he can keep Arbiter Elite, and he has with an awesome start. Nico's on looking for a move around the outside, but Kevin Van Dijk stays ahead at this moment. Cars going off wide there out of the chicane, but everyone seems to be managing okay. Stay Daisy looking for a move on Ruben. Ruben is also trying to fight as well with all these other drivers, but the front three stay the same at the moment. Now Remus goes around, on the inside. Melvin does an outside move there and completely doesn't tapping, but there we go. Melvin slots through the Williams P5 and P6 together, and what a start it was from Kevin Van Dijk. Kevin Van Dijk, Nedzo.
Yeah, Toro's made up 5 positions on this opening lap, I believe. He started in last. He's doing a fantastic job at the moment, and he started in 19th place, sorry. So 4 positions. There's a Ferrari up there, Anime, deciding that he doesn't want to drive properly. But nonetheless, yep, Kevin has done what he needed to do off that start. Someone's decided to go in the grass there. That's not the optimal racing line. But yeah, very, very clean start, considering that we were going into such a sketchy turn 1-2 section. G-Man up to 9th in the non-Red Bull driver, should we say. But yeah, clean, fantastic start, and no one's made any major errors, I believe.
And a look down the inside, looking there from Serban onto Werner, but no, the move wasn't there. He was just trying to scare him into a possible move, but no, was not going to fool anyone with that one. Also looking again, but still running over that curb, so Serban is eager to get that move done, but the more he does that, it's wasting his tyres completely. Kevin Van Dijk already for a quickest lap, but you get one for leading the lap, I think, already. So Serban is really going to try and set after Werner where he can, but that's whether he will make the move as well. It seems to be that Werner is holding him up, actually, at Nedzo, so I'm sure that move is imminent.
It probably will be imminent. As you can see, they are fighting in those minor, what would be the minor points positions if we were in a normal point system, but since we use an IndyCar style system, every position counts. I mean, it seems that not every driver knows that, considering we get so many casual retirements every race. But yeah, that's a position for Toro, up to 14th, doing very well here. He's pulling off his 1998 Japan Michael Schumacher-esque, or we had the 20th anniversary of Kimi Raikkonen's drive from 17th to 1st at Suzuka in 2005. That's one of the Hasses off. I think Werner there just went off track and lost the position to Cairo. So unfortunate for him to lose that position. And yeah, Toro has done a fantastic job. He just needs to carve his way through the field, because at the moment he'll probably be about 10 seconds off the lead just because of track position. So what he just needs to do is keep picking off these drivers and making up positions, and he'll be fine until he can do that. If he can just get up into the top 10 by around lap 5, I think he'll be dead on for a podium or a top 5 in this race.
Definitely will. Kevin Van Dijk setting. Oh, actually, we missed that, didn't we? Arbiter Elite has got through into the lead of the race. So, where did that come from? We don't know. But Arbiter Elite has managed to bring himself up. Kevin Van Dijk has just missed out. Then deep goes Arbiter Elite there, and that's really affected him now. 10-second tyre penalty as well. Kevin Van Dijk also going to try and fight back this time, looking for a move. No, he's going to wait for the DRS. He knows he's got that opportunity, and he's just going to slot through where he can. Now Ruben and Nico-san are also going to try and join in this fight where they can, but Nico-san could be on for a good race as well. Kevin Van Dijk still yet to get past Arbiter Elite there. And we knew Arbiter Elite was going to get some sort of penalty, but well, Nedzo, I wasn't expecting a 10-second.
Well, that's the default penalty you get for corner cutting in this game. I think that if he sends that into the stewards, he could get that removed, or at least reduced to a 2-second, because he did not gain 10 seconds from cutting that corner. I think, especially if I was him, I'd have actually probably given the position back to Kevin, so that then he could make a very credible case to say, actually, you know what, I need this penalty removed, because that's unfair. But that's Ruben on Nico-san. When all of his rivals around him aren't actually racing, that's a good move from him as G-Man is off. G-Man has spun, and
I believe we got a safety car. That might be a safety car.
It's a virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car. Okay, so that's going to spice up a bit more, allowing the cars to now try and cool down their tyres where they can. Let's see what they can do as well. Obviously, Arbiter Elite, with that penalty, not looking good for him so far, but if he puts into the stewards, as I said, he could probably get that reduced by quite a lot, because it 1,000,000% was not 10 seconds he gained. But Kevin Van Dijk will take advantage of this as well. I mean, I have to say, it's really interesting, this race now. It's all basically tyre strategy and who can maintain it the best. Yoshi, I mean, Arbiter Elite obviously went deep there, but was that just him just pushing too hard, or was that, do you think,
I think it is, because the tyres, they shouldn't be done off that early. We do see drivers coming from there. We did a pit stop from P9 to a face HSC. He actually lost his front wing at some point start the race. But we see multiple drivers now coming into the pits. It could be a two-stopper now because it's kind of medium hard. Because I see some drivers are pinned onto Seb hards.
It seems to be, yeah. I think it is. And there we go. DRS enabled again, and we are green flag. We're back racing again, ladies and gentlemen. Ruben is set off to Kevin Van Dijk. We've seen these two battle throughout the past in championships, but could we see them back again in season 10 for a great Silverstone rundown, should I say? God, I'm absolutely lost for words. Kevin Van Dijk still trying to set up to Arbiter Elite, but Arbiter has got an amazing restart there, Nedzo.
It was a very poor restart, I think, from Kevin, or it was a great one from Arbiter. There's a Ferrari off, that is Pim Shooter. But yeah, that must have been just an awful restart from Kevin there. I don't know what he's doing, to be frankly honest. Another driver to keep an eye on. Toro is 5 seconds behind the car in front of him. That's just how much time he's lost through track position and through guys like having to get through slower guys like Servan. So when everyone else in front of him is in big DRS trains, I don't know how quickly he's going to gain on this big track. He's definitely faster than these guys at the front. Maybe not on hard tyres, but he's definitely faster than them on pure pace. So he just needs to get his head down, try and gain as much time as he possibly can. But when these hards settle in, they will be the faster tyres and he'll be able to run longer and potentially hope for a safety car, considering that we've had several drivers making needless errors. Ruben now into the DRS of Kevin, and I think Kevin has managed to get back into the DRS of Arbiter. So this could get very spicy indeed when we get to the next DRS straight. Unfortunately, because this track was designed for overtaking, doing it in backwards means that all of the sharp corners are at the start of the long straights and not at the end of them.
Well, that's definitely the effective part for these guys. And Kevin Van Dijk is set to charge after Arbiter Elite there. 6 seconds, well, 0.6 separate those two. So let's see what they can do as well and what the lap times are showing. He's definitely getting closer now with his DRS into Brooklands they go. And let's see what he can do. He's definitely closer this time. We've got another DRS opportunity coming up any minute now. Will he get past as well? Remember, Arbiter Elite getting a slight penalty. Obviously, this game is over-exaggerated it quite a bit, but he's obviously got a slight one from that corner cut. Ruben, Ruben, I'm just going to say, because I don't want to mistake his last name wrong, is going to try and catch up as well with this fight. Arbiter Elite getting a bit squirrely there, but he's just trying to manage these tyres, and also Kevin Van Dijk is trying to put so much pressure on him as well. When can we see this move getting done? We are now heading on to lap 6 of this Grand Prix, and Arbiter Elite leads us.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure when this move will be produced, but I will just say, by the way, I've just checked the circuit. Going into the first, what is on the forward track, the first sector, going into the last, there is no DRS zone because of Aintree, because that's a fast corner and you don't want to have DRS open through there. But yeah, so there's only 2 DRS zones around this place. But I think Kevin is antsy for an overtake. You can see him deploying the ERS. He won't push for it 100%, but he's definitely itching for it. And if Arbiter makes a mistake, he'll be right there, ready to a potential move. Toro hasn't caught up to the guys in front of him as much as I expected, as Remus has overtaken State Daisy. Maybe that's a sign that the mediums are going off, a sign that State Daisy made an error of his own. But now Kevin is properly turning up the wick. He's coming down the straight now, and he's going to go for the move here. He's going to go for the move. That's Arbiter blocking the inside, so Kevin to the outside, but it will turn to the inside for the next corner, unless he tries to do a switchback of switchbacks and get a better exit out of this turn. I think he's going to have a run, and he might potentially get alongside. That is Arbiter covering the gap. But he's allowed to do that as long as he doesn't turn across him, and he's been quite aggressive there, but I think that should be fine. Kevin eventually having to back out there. That is pretty pin-perfect defending there from Arbiter. Any more probably been putting him in the grass, and that would not be fair.
Really trying to get close up there with Kevin Van Dijk. Kevin Van Dijk is eager to get this move done where he can, but now he's got a hungry McLaren right in his mirrors as well. So could this McLaren also see his way through if these two properly battle it out? Now this DRS opportunity become crucial again. Arbiter Elite completely missing the apex as well there. So that's really going to allow Kevin Van Dijk to get even closer this time. The DRS opportunity is coming up now. Let's see what they can do if he manages to get past him as well. Here he comes now. DRS open now. Let's see what he can do. Will he get past before we get into Beckett's? Let's see what he can do. No, he doesn't. He's still behind. So obviously Arbiter must be draining his battery quite a bit, and that's allowing Ruben there to get even closer to Kevin Van Dijk. Now into Mag as we go, and he just got too close there just because Kevin missed out that apex. Into Cops now, and Ruben is really starting to put immense pressure on Kevin Van Dijk. But look, Kevin, this is the part where he properly catches up to Arbiter Elite now. Will he make this move into Brooklyn? So he's too far back. After missing out on that action we had from that last section, last lap I have to say. Remus and Melvin also having a bit of a score as well, as those two have just swapped positions, which is just further behind. We've got a yellow flag, and that is Toro. What has happened to Toro? Oh no, it's not. That is
Melvin.
one of the Williams. It's Melvin. Melvin's had an issue. Must have spun round, I believe, because he dropped back massively there. I think
He was battling with Remus, I think.
it was okay, so he must have just lost out an opportunity there. And now look who's joined in the fight, Nikos. And look, into the pit lane goes Arbiter and also Nikos as well, I believe. So, Yoshi, down to you.
Yeah, so like Ned said, the mediums are starting to well looked at strategies. It's a medium, like 8 to 9 laps, so they'll probably go on to serve hard for all 3 driver Toro now. But let's see what type they're going to go on. It is hard. And I think Arbiter has got a front wing change. He's sitting in the pit box. If there's an issue down there.
No, he's getting a 10-second time penalty.
That's a long pit stop. Up at a penalty, yeah, never mind.
Oh,
he
that's a shame.
he goes on to those mediums, though, not the hards.
Okay. Well, he started on the mediums anyway, so he's obviously trying to do a 2-stop strategy, I think, which is looking at the moment. But Ruben is now pushing that car to the limits to see if he can catch up to Kevin Van Dijk, but with Kevin Van Dijk's true pace as well. Let's just see. Well, I'm sure he will pull away more and more and more, but we can expect to see these two into the pit lane now. But with that, the sad moments there of Arbiter Elite after that 10-second time penalty he had to serve in the pit lane, it is really going to set him back quite a bit. As well throughout this race. Let's see if he can improve as well, as many of the other drivers will be going into the hard commentaries. Lock up there from Kevin Van Dijk on the front right there, so that's not held him up too much, but I can only imagine they'll be diving into the pit lane this lap, which I'm sure... There we go. So let's see what their see how quickly their pit stop goes. Ruben actually got a bit held up there with a huge braking there from Kevin Van Dijk. Stay Daisy now our new race leader. And Toro also going through as well, so he's on the hardcore power towers now. Yoshi, that must have been that's a quick stop actually from McLaren, isn't it?
That is a quick stop indeed for McLaren. For Ruben, I can probably look at that pit stop time. 2.2 seconds for Ruben and for Kevin as well. Same pit stop time, both onto the hard compound tyre. I'm not sure we're going to the end, probably not. Down pit again though for a 2-stopping maybe.
Well, so let's see where he comes out now. Obviously, Arbiter Elite has missed out quite a lot, obviously, with his penalty. Nedzo, I mean, can we expect to see Arbiter Elite back up with these guys at all?
What's confusing me about Arbiter is he's gone onto a set of medium tyres, obviously trying to push in clean air. The problem is, he doesn't have clean air. He's stuck behind Melvin and he's just got past Cairo. He doesn't have the clean air that he wants to. As Ruben has now overtaken Kevin on cold tyres. That's what he needs to do to get his best chance of a win. But yeah, Arbiter, that was a great plan, except he spent a lap and a half basically behind slower cars, and that could basically ruin any chance he has of using those mediums to push and gain time. He also needs to hope and beg and plead that we don't get a safety car, because there's no way he can try and get a penalty removed if there's a safety car that happens after he's got the penalty and after he's served the penalty, more importantly. So as Stay Daisy comes in, yeah, he's going to be in a bit of a tough position here, where he's going to be hoping and begging for a safety car, for not a safety car for the rest of the race. As Ruben is now trying to get past the mobile pain that is Werner. Obviously, this isn't for track, this is for track position, so he has a right to defend his place. As now finally Ruben gets by. But can Kevin do the same on this straight? Yes, he can.
Look at that, Kevin and Ruben both trying to push that car to the max and just got between those two. Now, Arbiter Elite, as we expected, a 129.3, sorry. That would be incredible, 123. But 129.3 there, say the fastest lap now. looking like Ruben kind of missed the apex bit there, but anyway, Ruben on those cold tyres, as you was mentioning, has just gone through. And let me also mention another milestone as well for this league here on our YouTube, or social, sorry, we have reached, we've got over 1,000 members. Oh, I don't know if it's on YouTube, I think it's on Discord. 1,000 members from here. So, I mean, from a message from the leaders here. What an incredible milestone, something we could have never dreamed of when we started this league. Myself, Martin, Kevin and Timo, Van Dyke are all super proud of how far VDRL has come and excited to keep growing together with all of you. To celebrate this huge achievement, we have now a special announcement live on stream, which I am projecting. We'll be hosting a special race next Sunday. This is all for you folks. A special race next Sunday to celebrate 1,000 members. More info on our Discord after the race and a giveaway with a free VDRL setup. So definitely come along and join. And if you haven't already, please join our socials. We have got Discord, we've got YouTube, we've got Instagram, Twitter, X as they call it now, TikTok, all the streaming platforms, I believe, except Twitch, I think. Because obviously we're streaming here on YouTube. So do come along if you want to be a race, if you want to be in the comments block, or if you just want to be here for the jokes. Definitely come along and join our socials. We have a lot of fun, funny community as well. So all willing to have a lovely chat. Now, back to the racing. Ruben has dived down the inside there of Froby. Now, Kevin Van Dyke hasn't really been held up by him at all, and Slots passing with ease. So we're just going to see these two just keep doing that throughout this race, aren't we?
I think we're possibly just going to see them switching around. What is interesting me is how long Toro is going on his tyres, because he's been on those tyres 11 laps. Obviously, that means he's now going to spend 7 laps on one set of mediums and 8 laps on another set as we get Serban hopefully back into the lobby. That's interesting for me. Arbiter Elite is obviously trying to regain that 10-second margin that he lost. But yeah, for me, Toro is currently the most interesting driver on the grid, because if he can keep a decent enough pace and potentially come in on this lap, he's in for a good time.
Definitely is. Kevin Van Dyke really trying to close up that gap to Ruben. Ruben's really showing his true pace now. The pace we haven't seen for a while, Nedzo, that's for sure, isn't it?
Yeah. As Toro has now made his way into the box. But yeah, Ruben is finally doing something. Now he's starting to clutch up. He's clutching up like Didier Drogba in a cup final. But yeah, I'd say, yeah, he's doing well. As Lizchek and Toro, the two Poles, make their way into the pit stop.
Yoshi, how quick was that pit stop there with Toro there?
Toro's pit stop for that one was 2.249 seconds instead mediums.
So roughly about the same as his teammate and also Kevin Van Dyke as well. So let's see what Toro can do on the medium compound tyres and see if he's going for, I don't think he'd be going for a 2-stop, would he, Nedzo?
Yes, he would be, because that's the only viable strategy on this track. It's genuine tyre burn so much that anything other than a 2, you can't do a 1-stop around here. Me, the king of 1-stops when I do my league races, can't do a 1-stop and it's not even close. So yeah, also, what I was going to say is if you want to see me racing, I will do my best to race on that Sunday race.
Well, that's what we'll be paid to watch, and it'll be very interesting to watch, definitely. Now, Ruben has just been overtaken by Kevin Van Dyke through the DRS opportunities, and now Kevin Van Dyke starts to pull away more and more and more. So Kevin Van Dyke really showing his pace, especially with his properly warmed up hard compound tyres. And it's now going to set up for our race leader, Nico-san, who has pitted. No, he hasn't. Well, sorry, he has pitted. But obviously a lap older. Now we've got a spin further back. Is that one of the Red Bulls, I believe?
It's one of the V-Carbs, it's Cairo.
And there we go, so Cairo...
He's got a puncher.
He's got a puncher. If we go down to him, actually. There he does, front right puncher there for Cairo there, which is a huge shame. He's now going to drop further and further down. He's got to limp it back to pit lane now, but that is a huge shame for him. I don't know where he was running up before he had this, but well, let's see what is going on with him. Probably scraping those tyres as well. That could have just been could that have been gravel or could that have been contact, Nedzo?
That's where. We don't have enough damage settings to be able to do that by contact or by gravel. That is pure wear. He just clearly hasn't saved those tyres, and he's got up to 80% in 10 laps on hard tyres. I don't know how you can do that, but maybe he's just driving like a buffoon. So yeah, he's got that puncture tyre, and now his race is basically ruined, and he's going to speed in the pit lane.
That's what I was expecting as well. So that'll be a slow stop from him as well. Well, depending how quickly he can get this one done. And probably will be going back onto the hard compound tyres. Now, Osman, who I believe is... Well, I think he's going to get invited again because sadly he missed out on that opportunity as well. Now, let's see what the other drivers are doing. Kevin Van Dijk and Ruben are both going to try and fight their way up to the front. Now, it's a three-way battle for the lead, and Nico-san is still leading us along, so let's see what he can do as well. Well, I don't know if he'll manage to hold up to Kevin Van Dijk, who's got the quicker hard compound tyres, but only a lap. But Nico-san, I'm afraid Nedzo never really shows his true pace enough to get a win.
Yeah, to my Nico-san, sorry.
Yes, yeah.
He has a couple of wins, but they're from multiple seasons ago, and that's the sort of reason why he keeps making those errors, like you said. And I mean, he's got Kevin right here, but I'm guessing we're going to see an overtake from Kevin anytime soon because he's deploying that ERS. He wants to get by. It's not going to happen this time round, but when he's got Ruben hunting all over his rear end, he's going to want to make his way past Nico-san, who is kind of being a rolling roadblock at the...
He definitely has been a rolling roadblock as we lost Nedzo there for a second, not sure what happened. Ruben is also going to try and join those guys, but Kevin Van Dijk this time is going to try and set up the Nico-san. The DRS opportunity has come his way. Now let's see with Kevin Van Dijk, will he go around the outside? Yes he will, and slots himself round. Nico-san will not try and fight that. Ruben goes a bit deep, but going to try and do an attacking line, and almost losing the car as well, missing the upwards completely there. So he completely misses out and has now dropped quite far back. But will he catch up to Nico-san in time? But really, Kevin Van Dijk has now got to walk through the park of just trying to keep that car on track for the rest of the race, and also the other pit stop he's got to do. He's got to ace that as well, but if he can build a big enough gap between him and Ruben, well, that'd be perfect for him. The man who was also in P8 there has missed out quite a lot. Whereas Toro's P10, so could see a good battle between Toro and Arbiter Elite as well, but they've also got Melvin in front of him who had an issue. Cairo, who also had another 10-second time penalty there for Obi speeding the pit lane. But Cairo had a puncture there on the front right, missing out, so he's going to be at the back as well, which is a shame. But Nico-san is going to try and set off where he can, but Ruben, I mean, Nedzo, he's definitely in for that move soon. But I mean, I don't know, he's had a few moments, Ruben.
That's all had a few scrappy moments. It's going to happen when you're overheating the tyres, when you're pushing the brakes, when you're pushing the steering. It's going to happen. But it seems like Nico-san and Ruben here are making the most errors. Obviously, Nico-san here is fighting for position. I don't know how he's found himself in this place, but he is up in second, and he deserves it because he's a surprise entry into the battle for the lead. He still deserves it because you can see he's made a pit stop, and yeah, that's the position he's in. Also, keep an eye out on Arbiter because although he is 10 seconds off the lead, that's about the time he lost due to that penalty, and he's not been in the DRS train that these guys have been in. So he definitely doesn't have the same luxuries that they've had, so he's arguably a bit faster than they had in the front. Which is a damn shame, because if we'd have seen him without that penalty, we could have seen an interesting battle, but yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. But yeah, Ruben is now outside of the DRS race, trying to burn the ERS to get back into that DRS race of Nico-san, so don't count out Nico-san here, especially with the lapped cars getting in the way. They can get some favourable DRS here.
He definitely can now. Nico-san has definitely got the V-Cub in front of him, which will be helping him out a lot. So Ruben may be missing out. Well, actually, I think he may have just got to detection zone now, so he will get it. As you see, it's now popped up on his dash there. And well, I can't imagine he'll be coasting up because Nico-san has definitely got it after getting past that V-Cub there, and he's behind it. But Kevin Van Dijk has completely ran off with this one. And we've had a Ferrari there as well, completely over the curb there at Beckett, so that's a shame he's missed that out. But Ruben is going to get DRS once again, even from this Cub, and also from Nico-san as well. He's 0.6 of a 10th there, so let's see what we can do. He's definitely getting closer now. That exit out of Cops has really helped him. Can we see a move into Brookland? I don't think so, but Nico-san will start to go defensive quite a lot. but will it be enough to hold off Ruben, a previous champion in the VDRL history? But Nico Sally is not a champion, so is definitely determined on who will get past and who's got the faster pace. But Ruben has been slacking, which is a shame throughout this season. So maybe we can see his true pace coming out once again when he was leading the race earlier actually, and keeping in front of Kevin Van Dijk by quite a fraction. So let's see what he can do. But now looking like Nico-san dives into the pit lane. So Yoshi, what tyre strategy is that onto?
Probably to set mediums because actually we've got 10 laps to go. 10 lap on mediums is risky. Kuko knows that hard. He has one medium, but it's either medium or hard here, and he goes on to set hard.
There we go. It's the hot. There we go. Thank you very much. As the hard compound tires back on once again. Arbiter Elite is set off to overtake Froby there. Remind ourselves, look at that. Toro is in P4 at the moment as well. He's got 5 lap old mediums. Now, I don't know if I doubt they'll last until the end of the race, but also look at this, Arbiter Elite already crossing the line and gets past Froby with ease, and he has now moved up another spot there, earning himself more points there. Now trying to set himself up to overtake Remus, I believe, but Arbiter Elite is on the soft compound tyre, Ned, so that's probably the biggest mistake he's made.
Yeah, that is definitely the biggest mistake he's made. Something tells me that he doesn't know just game. Those are going to be dead by lap 20. And I'm not joking. Those are literally going to be. Those are Pirelli 2013 cheese tyres. They are useless.
They definitely are useless. And I've messed it around. Sorry guys for messing around. I was meant to say the race will be happening next Saturday. I meant not Sunday. Saturday. Apologies for that one. So Saturday will be the 1000th member. And look at that. Round the outside, Nico's son is fighting with Lucek and the Haas. And the Haas kind of just lets him go there down the inside. So Nico's son gains another position. Ruben into the pit lane. Kevin into the pit lane. Yoshi, down to you.
Yeah, before I say that, Arbiter got another 10-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. But Kevin will go on to another set of mediums. Same for Ruben. Quick pit stops there for both teams. It is hard compound tyres for both, and Toro comes into the pit as well. He'll go on to Seb Hart's for his teammate. He has been a slow stop as well, but Seb Hart's for Toro as well.
Well, there's a double stack there from McLaren, so let's see what they can do as well, earning themselves more points. As Arbiter Elite 128.6 already lost lap, and that's a safety car. Who we lost? We lost a mine there, or the Ferrari, should we say. We've lost a Ferrari now, so we've got a safety car. That's really going to spice it up now as well throughout this race. And Arbiter Elite, well, that may have just helped him quite a bit, but still, Nedzo, his tyres are going to die.
Well, he can pit now, and he can serve that 10-second time penalty. He will be back down in the field, but it could help him. Also, Stay Daisy's going to be licking his lips at this. 30 seconds up in front of the field, and he's got a pit stop, and he needs a pit stop. If he didn't have that penalty, he'd be in the golden position here. Unfortunately, he does have a penalty, so he's not in the golden position. But yeah, I think this could be a very, very interesting restart. If I was Arbiter, I'd come in now, put on a set of mediums, and go to the end. Obviously, you can serve that penalty as well.
Well, let's see what he does as well. Stay Daisy just limps himself now. Doing it with these, you don't want to overdo these tyres, and there's no need at all as well. He goes into the pit lane, Stay Daisy. So those will probably be the medium compound tyres, and he locked up and touched the boy. He did touch the barrier. Now Yoshi, is that front wing damage as well he's just caused?
I'm not sure. I need to look at that. He didn't touch the wall. That was close to the wall indeed, but he had to slow down, or he would got a 10-second penalty as well. He'll probably go on to a set of, it looks like it is another set of hard compound tyres. It's not, there's no front wing damage, but he is showing that penalty.
Well, there we go. So no, he's obviously thankfully for him, there's no front wing damage. He's still in the lead at the moment as well, so that will definitely come in favour for his come in favour for him. Stay Daisy now will lead us behind the safety car, and there is also the Aston Martin, I believe it is. No, it wasn't. It's a Mercedes of, I believe, Serban, who's just behind him there. So we're now on the safety car. Kevin Van Dijk will be joining us as well. But we have got a back market in front of them that will split them. But, I mean, they ghost out, don't they, anyway? So it's not going to be a huge problem for them, Nedzo, isn't it?
Could we get the penalties shown to just see how many penalties in total that Stay Daisy has, please? Oh, so he didn't get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But yeah, if I was Serban, I know what I'd do. I would overtake the safety car, or overtake Stay Daisy, overtake the safety car, and get a lap back. The game, it's not technically allowed in the game, but you can do it, and it's much better than being a lap down to be right at the back of the pack. And he also gets him out of the way. So if I was Serban, I would make sure it's in a safe place, but I would overtake both Stay Daisy and the safety car and try and catch up.
Well, yeah, obviously with his drive-through penalty as well, not going to come in handy at all. It looks like he's actually going to try and do that, from what it looks like. Well, I don't know. No, he's just going deep as well, so it's not affecting. Right, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen, whatever you want to call. We like to do our chats, don't we? Don't we, chaps? We like to do our little chat.
Do you want to do promotions first?
Before we chat,
well, we did do promotion.
Set us off, so
Oh, right.
no.
Okay.
I don't know what his strategy is.
Nedzo, I mean, that might have just fumbled it again, possibly?
So who's going on softs?
Arbiter in the Alpine.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Like, genuinely, I don't know why you'd go into a set of softs in this game, unless you're literally, it's like last 2 laps. I don't see the logic, I don't see the thought process behind. 2 drivers have now DNF'd in the pit lane. So Martin needs to beat him over the head with a wooden bat. Like, why are you retiring when it's 6 laps to go and you've got guaranteed points? I would genuinely, what I'd do is, if I was Martin, is I'd find their home address and send firebombs to their house.
Quickly in time. As we don't actually see a Haas go off there on the start finish straight. Anyway, it is time for promotions and we like to do our little question. So if you have not joined our comms channel, what are you doing? We have got Discord, we've got YouTube, Instagram, X, and also TikTok. If you would like to be a commentator, a driver, a steward, oh, we've got front wing damage there from someone. As we saw it fly for car, I just saw it in the corner of my screen actually. So who that from?
I'll look at that real quick.
Yeah, you're just going to have a little look for us tonight whilst we do the promotions. Yeah, do join our comms channel and you can definitely come along and hopefully we'll be commentating for you in this race, hopefully on the top step of the podium. Thank you very much for your time for listening to that. Now, Yoshi, any information from that one?
Are you sure it's a front wing damage? Everyone's got their front wing on. It's like an empty.
Well, it might be, because something just literally snapped off and I saw it fly along the gravel. So
I'll have a little peek, but it's hard to see on the trackside camera.
Right, Nedzo, it's time for our question then. So now we're in the UK. Ooh. Your favourite afternoon tea snack? And ladies and gentlemen in the comments, you can join in as well with this one.
None of them, because I'm not a fucking Tory. Afternoon tea, what are you on about? Fucking southerner.
Right, well,
who it was.
Nedzo's exempt from this question now.
Melvin.
So, Southerners excluding Northerners, not for the first time.
I'm probably gonna say a scone. You know, scone's always got to be my little winner. You know, cream and jam. Actually, that is a big question. What do you do first? Do you do the cream and then the jam, or do you do the jam and then the cream?
None, because I'm not a Tory.
Nedzo, didn't we say you've been excluded from the question?
I'd say it would be cream first and then jam. Also, yeah, Melbourne is just an end plate in the Williams. So I don't know who it was, yeah.
And one of the Mercedes also pit lane as well. Yeah.
And that's the Mercedes. Honest match going into the pits.
Is that front wing change or is that a just
oh, he's retired.
Oh, okay. So once again, I'm sure Martin van Dijk will be punching him on the head as well for retiring, unless it's with a decent.
I think my solution was better.
Yeah, well, let's keep it friendly at least for this one. Yeah, in the comments, please do put your favourite afternoon tea snack. We do like to do when we have a safety car. We like to have a few questions that's linked to at least the country that we're in for the race weekend as well. So, what's your favourite afternoon tea snack or what should you say? Dessert, Yoshi? Is that? I don't know what you say. Afternoon, you don't really say snack, do you?
I'd say like a little afternoon snack, innit? If it's before dinner, that's why I'd say be a snack.
Yeah, we'll say, yeah. But then they also say, we've had Max fans say McFlurry. So, I'm sure that is a winning answer there.
Yeah, good.
McFlurry, that is a good answer. If you're wondering why Nedzo has not said anything, because we have banned him from the question after saying so. So he has been banned from the question.
My favourite song is actually my partner.
Right, and he's been banned for the next round as well. So yeah, well, Mac Fan is our only commentator at the moment. I'm sure we've got more drivers coming through. Drivers? Well, hopefully drivers if you join the comp channel, wink wink nudge nudge. But hopefully we'll be getting rid of the safety car any minute, and we're still waiting for your favourite afternoon tea snack because we're still under safety car conditions. We have there we go. Which country it comes from? We are all from the sunny, beautiful UK. So
of which is neither. He's lying.
Yeah. So 5 retirements we've had throughout this race, and Stade Daisy will be leading us now with the new hard compound tyres. But remember, he's got a 3-second tyre penalty as well. So let's see what he can do. He now backs up the pack. It's his call to say when they're going to get going. Car's already into the pit lane now. So all on Stade Daisy. Will he get the restart he wants? Will Kevin Van Dijk get that move done and get him through? And Jan K has also said everything was strawberries, and I definitely agree with that one. But Stade Daisy has got going now as we come through up to the start-finish line, and he's really got a big gap there from Kevin Van Dijk. Nico-san is under pressure from Ruben as well. That move will be coming soon, and he's dived down the inside already. Let's see what Ruben can do. Does he slot that move? No, Nico-san closes the door and just about manages to stay ahead there of Ruben, but Ruben's eager, and now Toro is also going to try and join in. And now they're both going to be together, both of the McLarens. Now Nedzo, Toro's had a hell of a race.
He has had a hell of a race. Unfortunately for him, though, he's got a 3-second tyre penalty, which, unless he gets out of this DRS straight, he's going to drop it like a fly back down the order. That's the only problem he has here. He just needs to either hope all the people around him get penalties in these closing laps, or that he can somehow get around them, which I don't think is possible. Unless Nico-san decides to back up the rest of the pack, because he's currently doing that at the moment. He's now Kevin. I think Toro's going to struggle to get in the top 10.
Definitely will, and Ruben and Nico-san both at it together. Nico-san down for the inside line. Done, and no, he's just defending, sorry, of Ruben. Ruben always gets forced off track, but Ruben may get the better exit off the corner. Down the hanger straight we go, and Ruben has got past him now. It's now Toro's job to do the same as well. A lock up there from Kevin Van Dijk, trying to set off the Stade Daisy as well. A virtual safety car has been deployed as well, and that is from Pimshin. Is that a puncher?
No, it's not a puncher, but it's a front wing damage from Pim Shooter.
And also Martin Van Dijk's controller has disconnected as well.
Pim Shooter now, he's retired.
And there we go. So we have one of the races, he's not even racing, he's already retired as well. Cairo in P15, and look at that now, pulling off to one side. Pim Shooter has now retired from the session, and that, well, I can't imagine they'll be upgrading to a full safety car. But virtual safety car deployed still. Stade Daisy still keeps the lead at the moment, and it's a 1.9, maybe 2 seconds. Kevin Van Dijk should be gaining up on that pace a bit more. But obviously they've got to keep the positive delta as well. But Nico-san there in 4th. Well, Nedzo, do you think Toro can get past and maybe gain that position?
Yes. That was a very poor restart from Stade Daisy there. I think Kevin's going to be right in the money for a potential move here. Stade Daisy was waiting far too long and was far too close to that delta. Look at how much Kevin gained there. It was at least a second and a half because he timed that perfectly. And you said he was holding back too much. He would pat the perfect amount, and now he goes to the inside, and that is the move there from Kevin. All because Stade Daisy did not get that restart right. And now he's going to dance off into the distance, and hopefully that's for his sake, dance off into the distance so that people like Ruben can't overtake Stade Daisy.
That's obviously the case, and now Ruben is going to try and see what he can do, but Stade Daisy is definitely going to try and hunt that lead back once again, but missing out as well. So because I'm still in for a podium opportunity, actually. So it's not over for him at all. Bear in mind, he's not got a 3-second time penalty, but Toro and Stade Daisy have, sadly, which is probably corner karting on multiple warnings as well from track limits. Now, Stade Daisy is under a lot of pressure now from Ruben. Ruben seems to get the better pace, missing the apex there, Stade Daisy, so just going to get affected. Now, look at that, Ruben's right onto the back, and can we... Oh, waiting for that DRS opportunity, even though Stade Daisy will be getting that, it will still be more powerful for Ruben teammate also is going to try and catch up to Nikos and get past him as well. Into Beckett's we go now, and well, it doesn't seem to be that he's making that lunge yet. Now, about to head into Cop's Corner, obviously coming through Maggots now. Into Cop's Corner we are going to now. He will definitely get the better run. He's always got the better run. And Kevin Van Dijk is already 0.8 in front of him. Still DRS opportunity for Ruben, but let's see if he can get that move done, possibly into Brooklyn's. I don't think so. And now there's just a big gap between those two. And look at that huge lock up there from Ruben. That's really set him back quite a bit, but no, never mind. No, it hasn't. He's run to the back of him once again. But that may have done something to the tyres, Nedzo.
I don't think it will. In this game, there's a lot of phantom lockups you get, and it makes the screen sometimes it makes it seem a lot worse than it actually is, considering that he lost no time from it and there was nothing, there seems to be no effect on his performance. I think that was just a phantom lockup from the game.
Well, just 14 cars remain in this race, and Kevin Van Dijk is leading us now with a 127, already setting the fastest lap as well, so he's pulling away. That is a 1.1 second gap there as well. So State Daisy is completely out of the DRS opportunity. Now, actually, it's gone down quite a bit, but Ruben is now going to take advantage of this and get past State Daisy if he can. Now, let's see what State Daisy's battery's on, actually.
Exit from Ruben.
It's definitely a poor exit from Ruben because he's really slacked off the pace. There's 0.7 of a gap there. But can he improve? Can he gain through Maggots and Beckett? Well, Beckett's and Maggots, should we say, because it's in reverse, obviously. Now into Maggots they go, and he still does not seem to be gaining that at all. 0.4, and now he's got these huge corners before we get onto that DRS opportunity once again. Huge slide there, and State Daisy goes into the barriers completely, ruining his race, and he's now dropped further and further down the grid. P7, P8, he drops down now. Even P9 he's dropped down to. That one mistake through Corp's Corner has really messed him up, and he sets down to P10 after a huge mistake there, Nedzo.
Yeah, he's got wing damage as well, so I mean, I just stay out on this final lap if I was him and just take the damage on the chin. But yeah, that is a complete loss of performance. But what it also means is that Ruben is going to have no opportunity to catch up to Kevin on this final lap. Unless Kevin makes a traditional Kevin mistake, that's not happening. So I think the top three is pretty much set in stone now.
Pretty much is now, and we've got around 2 laps. Well, starting the last lap now. So Kevin Van Dijk has only just got a few corners left to go, a few sectors as well. So if he can just keep doing what he's doing, I'm sure he'll be sorting that out for his race win here. I remember speaking to him actually at the beginning of the season, when well, the end of last season, when we announced the calendar. And he was saying he was never too confident on the reverse tracks, actually. But here he is now, up to the top of the tables, qualified, pole position, and now first in the race. And Ruben has also had a slight of a comeback as well, hasn't he? But Kevin Van Dijk, after his teammate missing out this round, is going to gain some solid points. As I said, well, I don't know if his teammate, I don't know who his teammate is for the weekend, because G-Man has retired, but he wasn't actually his teammate. Anyway, Kevin Van Dijk is going to try and bring himself now into Brooklyn's. He has only got the hanger straight in a few corners after that, and joining into sector 3 any minute now. So Kevin Van Dijk is just going to have to bring the car home. I'm sure we will speak to them about their tyres, because they must be absolutely dying as well, with Arbitrarily also missing out. But he's actually P7 at the moment, so he's not going awfully. He's still scoring some solid points, but missing out quite a bit with his 10-second time penalty in that pit lane, and moving on to the soft corner. But Kevin Van Dijk rounds the last 2 corners of the Silverstone Reverse Grand Prix. Here he comes now up to the line. Kevin Van Dijk wins here for season 10 of Silverstone Reverse, and Ruben finishes second, third Nikos, fourth goes to Toro, no, fifth goes to Toro, sadly. And well, what happened there? Remus up to P4 as well. So 5th goes to Toro, actually, which is a huge thing for him. 10th across the line now. Both the Haas together, both of the Saubers are together as well. STH now and the Aston Martin behind. State Daisy, after missing out at Cop's Corner and ruining his car, is now coming out to the corners. And it's just going to manage P13, and Cairo, after the puncher on the front right, is also going to round out the top 14 so far, as we've had left. As all the other drivers, gone, and he spun it as well, but still crossed the line in style. Cairo now up to the line. Is he going to do the same, or is he going to hit? Oh, well, we will never know. But what a race there from Kevin Van Dijk. I mean, I have to say, I will bring this new thing. I want to do our own driver of the day as well. Nedzo, who was your driver of the day?
My driver of the day, I'd say it has to be Kevin. It's a boring choice, but it has to be Kevin. I would have said Toro if he didn't have the time penalty, but he did have a time penalty. So, unfortunately for him, I have to give it to Mr. First Place.
Yoshi, who's your driver of the day?
I'm saying Toro because he had a brilliant start from 19th to 5 positions getting on the first lap. So he ends up inside the top. He got 5th, 19th to 5th. That's a good race.
He definitely is, and Toro was my one as well. But let's remind ourselves of the order. Kevin Van Dijk Grand Prix for season 10 of VDRL. Second goes to Ruben. Third, Nico-san. Fourth, Remus. Fifth, Toro, after winning Driver of the Day here, it seems. Sixth goes to Arbiter Elite. Seventh, Melvin. Eighth, Luchek. Ninth, Werner. 10th, Froby. 11th, Vastas. 12th, STH. 13th, stayed Daisy after missing out at Cop's Corner. 14th goes to Cairo after a puncher. And our latest retirement, Pim Shooter in 15th. 16th, Osman. 17th, SLX. SH, 18th Serban, 19th Hame, and 20th G-Man missing our first retirement out of the race. So what a Grand Prix we've had, and please don't go anywhere because we've got the driver interviews as well. Serban in there because he's convinced he's won. So we will see you all in the interview section. So what a race we have had here in the lovely UK sun, I have to say. And we will start with our P3, which goes to Nico-san. And Nico-san, is he in here?
He is not at the moment. We'll give him